Well, good morning. Happy Friday. Oh, we made it one full week after the holidays. Folks, what a challenge, right? Crazy busy and yeah, but it's been a good week. It's been a good week. We have continued to see just, oh my goodness, the Lord just move in such real time um, this week. And yeah, it's so exciting. It's so exciting to see people be refreshed, be renewed, and what once felt dead inside of them, being revived. And whether that was a calling or a gifting, those things are part of spiritual awakenings, and it's been great. So I spent some time with the Lord of the evenings and coming back and just being so filled and you know part of being renewed and realigned um, is identifying what God is reviving in us, right? And that requires listening beneath the noise to quiet the stirrings in the spirit. Man, that's awakening, right? It doesn't make sense, but it's such an awakening. And it's often before we see the fruit, right? So what does that look like? What is Holy Spirit renewing and reviving in you that is going to require listening beneath the noise? So I spent some time in prayer and asking the Lord to reveal some of those things, for me, so that I could recognize and how to move forward. I've been saying this is a season of realignment in my life, and how to discern and listen and have a heart of David and abide, through consecration. So I believe that there are spirit anchored ways to discern that. And in me, I can share my experience is I notice what still stirs me, okay? Even when I'm tired. Like I can be so, like my body right now, it's tired. It, but my spirit, man, it is soaring. It is soaring. And renewal and revival of these things, it it began for me as like I mentioned before, like a persistent, like a holy ache, like a hunger, a stirring, um, what I can't let go of, like that desire. My desire is to see people learn how to walk in obedience, walk in faith. I want to encourage them to keep pressing on regardless of what it looks like, to keep trusting the process. That's what keeps resurfacing in prayer, my thoughts, my tears. You know, it's God who works in us to will and to act on these things, right? So if it still stirs you after the refining, after the things are being stripped away, God is still breathing on it, I believe. Pay attention. I've been paying attention to what brings life, not just relief. Relief removes the pressure, but life restores our strength. What strengthens us, even when it costs us, is part of revival. It's part of renewal. What draws us toward God, not away from Him? What are those desires? Romans 8:6 says, the mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. It's life and peace. I'm learning to identify what the enemy tried its hardest to silence in me. And I've had some pretty fierce resistance over the past few weeks. And the enemy tries to silence what I'm hearing from the Lord. Tries to silence me hearing how to transition and move into His will more, His faithfulness. And I look back and I think, okay, where did disappointment try to shut me down? What did I once carry with joy that felt too costly later? I've been there. I've shared with several of my close friends that over the years, when I go in to deepen my level of intimacy with the Lord, man, I have to have my family be prayed up. We have to keep our head on a swivel, and we do anyway. But I have found that when I go deep, when I start interceding on behalf of people, and I begin to target those things, that's when the enemy wants to attack. That's when he wants to bring disappointment. He wants to remind me of what happens when I press in. Well, I can tell you what happens when I press in. All hell is aware. Every demon is aware when I start pressing in. And I just speak the word over my family. I speak the word over every situation. I cover my household. I cover my family. I cover my friends. That no weapon formed against us shall prosper. I've noticed that God often revives what was wounded, not abandoned. And then I start to learn how to discern new levels of compassion that I didn't have before. And that personal realignment, revival, whatever you want to call it, it feels tender, not intense. it makes me aware of others' pain a little more vivid. I move to a whole new level of compassion when certain people or situations move me deeply. Now, I had this situation I heard of earlier this week, and it devastated me. It really devastated me. And I looked at my friends and I'm like, no, 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 I'm not having this. I'm not coming into an agreement with that. That does not sit well with me. And my heart broke. 2 Corinthians 1:4 says, comfort others with the comfort that you have received. There's a level of compassion that we've got to reach. You see, God revives us with empathy, through empathy. And then I start listening for those invitations, not demands. And the Spirit leads with such gentle nudges, not pressure. Like he does it for you. Like, I'm telling you what, this past week, I mean, I'm just blown away by the level of confirmation that's being highlighted. Like, I literally am experiencing things in real time. How can you not have zeal for the Lord when you're seeing real time? Like, everything that you ask is coming to pass. Everything you have sought for months, for years, bam, it's coming to pass. You know, scripture is being highlighted repeatedly. There could be a quiet prompting to pray, write, speak, serve. Doors opening without striving. Oh my goodness, I can't even tell you the amount of doors that are being opened. And not just for me, like they're doors for me to walk through to help others, to encourage others. That's what I'm saying. Like this is past my prayers being answered. Like these are prayers of things that I've put up for years for people that he's just bringing confirmation. Right? His sheep hear his voice. I'm hearing you, Lord. Are you hearing him? Are you hearing him? Like, do you hear what he's saying? And then I've been observing like what's being refined. Not necessarily removed, but just polished. You see, Holy Spirit doesn't resurrect the old version of us. He purifies it. And through that purification process, there's less performance and more presence. There's less of an urgency and more authority. There's less head noise and more discernment. So then I asked myself, okay, so what is left? What's remaining after this pruning? What is it, Lord, that you're reviving in me, in us? And I find myself just saying, Holy Spirit, show me what you are breathing on again. Heal what was wounded. Awaken whatever it was that's been lying dormant. Align my heart with your resurrection in me. And Lord, I yield to what you are restoring. See, there's a truth that I'm anchoring onto, that I'm holding onto, that I am swallowing, and it is in the pit of my inner being. It's the truth of what he wants to restore in you, restore in me. What is it? What is it that he's breathing in and on? So this morning, if God is reviving something in you, I ask you to trust the process and that he's going to sustain it, clarify it, and confirm it over and over again. Sometimes quietly, but one thing's for sure, it's always faithfully. So if that's you, and you're noticing a shift and a pruning and a refining, just ask the Lord, show me, reveal to me. And he will. And this is where our fruit is coming from. Remember, don't eat your seed. Don't eat it. Seed is for tomorrow. You get fresh manna every day. Go back and check the fields that you've already plowed. Start reaping the harvest. Go back and look for the fruit. It's those quiet stirrings of the Holy Spirit that is awakening. And then you will see the fruit just confirming everything you've been told, everything you have heard. So that is what I have for today. And I hope it confirms something in you. I love you. Have a great day.